So welcome to Strange Paths, a podcast where we read Choose Your Own Adventure style stories. We are your hosts. I'm Paul.
I'm Stephanie.
I'm Megan.
I don't know why I always feel like I have to get it in really.
That's what she said.
Shut up. No, it isn't.
Maybe.
It could be, I guess.
You don't know what she likes.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, we're never really clear on who she is.
Yeah. Her proclivities are a mystery. And vast.
Oh, yes. Anyway, so this week, I've written a story. Ooh.
Oh.
Well, I forgot to title it. So,
Come up with one right now.
Do it on the spot.
I can't. Maybe if any of you listeners out there want to suggest a title, I'll title it afterwards.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, anything I might think of could possibly spoil it, so it'll just be the Titleless One. And it'll be like those stories you can't remember the title of because they have almost nothing to do with it.
Right.
So that's the title then.
Mm-hmm. The whole thing, I just said.
Okay. The title is one for short, though.
Yes. Okay. All right. You stand behind the register uncomfortably shifting in your beat-up shoes. You wish you could sit down, but the manager has expressed that he doesn't pay people to lounge around and look like a lazy piece of trash. Standing for 10 hours is not normally a problem for you, as you're young and fit, but for the past few weeks you've been uncomfortably bloated and tired. You watch a customer that has been rocking back and forth, trying to decide between Oreos and Funyuns for the better part of 10 minutes, and wonder why it's such a hard decision. Broken stoned, you finally conclude. You wish you would just hurry up, because you desperately need to lock up for 5 minutes and go to the bathroom to make a deposit. You smile to yourself. That's how your dad used to put it, and you'd always thought it was so funny. You missed your dad. He was a pretty crass guy, but he had a heart of gold. You're still living in his beat-up trailer down by the beach, and it's hard to buck up and move past his death like your so-called friends have been telling you. That is when they still came around. You guess you're not as fun anymore since it happened. Shit cancer, he'd called it. But the snooty doctors referred to it as colon cancer. They were not a fun bunch. Your own colon was currently screaming. So you say to the stoned guy, I'd go with the Oreos, dude. They're vegan and, healthy. His face lights up like an angel just told him the meaning of life, and he says, No way, awesome. To your relief, he picks up the Oreos and plucks them down at the register. You notice his eyes are crazy bloodshot, but decide not to comment. Sorry about that.
Are Funyuns not vegan?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
They could be.
Well,
not sure,
everybody
though.
knows about Oreos, so.
Well, that's true. I think everyone knows that Oreos are vegan.
Yeah.
Not this guy. Sorry about that. Important decision and all, he says. Hey, no worries, you say. That'll be $3.95. The pained expression passes over his face. Shit, I only have 3. He looks at you desperately. Hey, wait. How about $3 in a trade? You get high? Although you've been trying to be healthier since you started feeling disgustingly bloated, you concede to his proposal. You're bored as hell and will do anything to make your shift go faster. Hey, sure, you say before flipping the back in 10 minutes sign on the door and locking up. Once in the bathroom, he pulls out a filthy glass pipe that's very different from what you'd expected. You pegged him for a stoner, definitely not a tweaker. Hey, I thought you meant weed. Why are you buying Oreos anyway? Thought you guys never ate or something. It's for my girl, he explains. Oh, she's gonna be pissed when I come back with no snacks for her. He starts to put the pipe back, but you hesitate. You are super bored and kind of curious. Should you do the meth? To do the meth, turn to page 2. To resist and give him the Oreos anyway, turn to page 3.
Meth.
All right, let's do the math. My natural instinct is to say, no, I don't want to become a zombie person, but we'll become a zombie person.
All right, page 2. Wait, it's cool. It's not what I had in mind, but I'm down, you say. All right, he says, and begins lighting the pipe. A chemical smell fills the bathroom, and he passes the pipe to you. You light it and inhale the strange smoke. A rush of energy and positive feeling hits you faster than you would have thought. The guy smiles at you and tells you to enjoy the ride. You let him out of the store and become aware that your bowels are clenching tightly. You lock the door and rush to the bathroom. Once situated on the toilet, you strain for a long time as the pain intensifies. Determined and full of unnatural energy, you push with all your might, and a crazy explosion happens beneath you.
Oh, God.
Hunching over relieved, you notice that there's some blood and a lot of dark matter in the toilet. You try to flush, but it won't go down, so you grab a plunger and go to town while avoiding looking into the bowl. You've seen enough horrific blood-filled toilets from when your dad was deep into his cancer. You plunge harder than you've ever plunged before, and eventually everything goes down. You're covered in sweat and catch a glance at yourself in the mirror. What you see is terrifying. You look worse than you've ever looked. Sounds of angry customers outside reach your ears, and you know that you have to let them in and complete your shift, even though you feel tense and uncomfortably amped.
Crap.
You try to make it through and actually clean the store better than you ever had. But when Trent comes in to take over the night shift, you're beyond relief and shakily walk back to your empty trailer. The end.
Nice.
Oh. I did not expect that to the end.
I was almost convinced that our giant shit was going to be that we just had a baby.
But I thought we were a dude.
You're not.
I'm never...
Really?
They're just saying, dude, like, you know.
Oh, okay.
It's
All
slings.
All right.
You know, like one of those weird cases where it's like, I didn't know I was pregnant.
Yeah, I don't believe them, though.
I believe them.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shit happens that's weird. Yeah? All right.
Anyway.
I think. I mean, if, you know.
Everybody's different.
Yeah, everyone's different.
So I guess let's not do
do
math.
Not do math.
We'll
I
be,
guess we'll do math.
we'll be a good girl.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, man. I'm not into that scene. But you know what? Just give me the $3 and I'll throw in the rest. For your girl. Oh, thanks, girl. Do you mind if I... He gestures towards the pipe. No, go ahead. You do you. You say and watch him light the pipe. The chemical smell fills the bathroom, and you're glad you didn't put that shit in your body.
Shut up!
After he's done, you send him with his Oreos and let him out. He waves goodbye and starts jogging away. You go to lock the door again when you spot a customer walking towards you angrily. You really have to go to the bathroom, so you lock the door in his face. He begins to pound on the door, howling about how he needs beer. But you're at the end of your rope. I have to shit! You scream back and take pleasure in his disgusted face. He pounds the glass to confirm his masculinity and walks off. Finally, you can be alone. You waddle towards the bathroom and lock the door, feeling perfectly at peace. Pull down your scratchy work pants and go to town, fully expecting an easy blast. But that's not what happens. You must have a bowling ball in there. You strain and strain to no avail and start feeling an intense pain. You've probably been at it for more than 5 minutes, and you hear more pounding out the outside door. Probably pissed customers lining up. So with a clenched jaw, you stand up and waddle out to let them in. The rest of your shift passes slowly, as if you're viewing the world through lukewarm jello. You're in agony when Trent finally comes in to work the graveyard. He's kind of your only friend left, and he notices you're not feeling well right away. Jesus, you look like a ghost. A gross ghost, he says, with a shocked expression. I'm mega constipated, dude. I just need to go home. You want some, like, Pepto or No thanks, I just need to go. The walk back to your trailer takes twice the time it normally would, and you're barely able to get your key into the lock with shaking hands. As soon as you're inside, you start raiding your dad's old laxative stash in the medicine cabinet, and find one that's still halfway full. It's covered in clearance stickers and is a year expired, but you're past the point of carrying and down it. How long does this shit take to work? You say through tears. You find out soon enough. The answer is not long. Not long at all. After an agonizingly long time on the toilet and several flushes later, you're still not relieved. In fact,
God.
the pain has only grown in intensity. You still have the urge to strain, but are exhausted from your toilet-sitting stance. You consider trying a different position. Fuck it, you say to yourself as you climb into the small bathtub with shaking limbs. You lay down.
Oh my god. Is this she didn't know she was pregnant situation?
You'll have to find out. You lay down and squish your guts as hard as you can with external and internal force. Soon the pain explodes through your entire body, and you see stars. You catch your breath and try not to pass out. Suddenly you notice the pain has subsided greatly. Bracing yourself, you look towards your feet for the horror show you're going to have to clean up, and are surprised to see a lot of blood, and the blood is moving. Frozen in terror, the bloodied mass is inching closer to your feet. You try to stand up to get away, but you're too weak and slip in the blood and goo, positioning your face closer to the mass. It has eyes, and a mouth, and a tail, and it looks exactly like a baby seal.
Aww.
With alien strength.
Like the singer?
Ooh, wasn't that deep?
Well, he didn't have the scars when he was born.
Maybe.
Maybe he did.
I don't know, actually. I don't know what happened.
I don't know the circumstance of Seal's birth, Megan.
Oh,
Or
I don't
scars.
either. Maybe it was it. Maybe this is it. With alien strength, you drag yourself out of the tub and flop into the floor, pass out. When you wake up, reality slowly comes back to you. You're hoping you hallucinated the event, but your hopes are quickly dashed as you hear something scooting around wetly in the tub next to you. You're really freaking out. Should you look in the tub, turn to page 4, or you're too scared, run to get help, turn to page 5.
Look, okay, I really want to choose, but I have to read. We got a promo. Wait, no, we got a sponsor.
Yes, we got a sponsor.
A sponsor!
Totally a sponsor,
So-
nothing else.
We got a real life, totally not fake sponsor.
Right.
But they
So
want me to read
legit.
this promo, so we'll just go ahead and do that real quick and get, just
And then get right back into
get back, yeah.
it. All right.
Guys, this is very important. It's our very first sponsor. Okay. This episode has been brought to you by Wilty Lettuce. Tired of crispy, crunchy lettuce in your salads or sandwiches? With Wilty Lettuce, you can enjoy the wet, slimy, slightly brown treat that's sweeping the nation. Break out your combination spoon fork. Give your teeth a break and twirl up a flavor explosion. Oh, it sounds so good. Be the envy of your friends by letting wilty lettuce hang halfway out of your mouth with a large portion touching your chin. Impress that special girl or boy by eating wilty lettuce without moving your jaw.
Oh, wow. I don't even want to keep going with my story. I want to go to the store right now.
Slurp down some wilty lettuce today. Amazing.
Yes.
What a
Oh my
dream.
gosh.
That sounds like a great product.
Oh,
my God. I
wow.
wanna
Thank
buy-
you, Wilty Lettuce. God, I want to use you as lube and everything else.
I just want to wrap everything. I want to make like little cups out of it, like put pudding in it and eat and have the pudding cup as the treat later after the pudding.
Why bother
And
with
just
the
to-
pudding? Just put more wilty lettuce in there.
That's true.
And
Yeah, I
just to
should
be
just mash it
clear,
up.
like the three of us did make an agreement before we decided to accept this sponsor that we would only accept if we liked the product.
Yeah,
And we do.
We
do.
We have morals.
Yes.
So thank you, Wilty Lettuce. We love you, and
Oh, thank you so much.
amazing.
All right.
All right, well,
Well, let's get back to
Back
that
to your
tale.
decision. So you want to look in the tub, or are you too scared? Run to get help.
I think we need to look.
I want to look, but I also I really want to see somebody else see it too. But I want to look.
Yeah.
Okay. So look in the tub. You brace yourself and slowly kneel to peer in. Yep. Still a lot of blood in there, and yep. Still seems to be what looks like a baby seal, but smaller. It couldn't be more than a couple pounds. You calm down somewhat, as it appears pretty helpless. If I were some kind of nut job, I'd even say you were kind of cute, you say. You notice the thing appears to be shivering. You're not really sure what's going on, what this thing is, or if this is even happening at all. Maybe it's best to get rid of whatever this is immediately. One thing you're sure of, you need to take action. Should you try to take care of the creature? Turn to page 6. Or just get rid of it. Your life is annoying enough. Turn to page 7.
Take care of it. Take care. We're going to take care of it, Paul. Don't think about it. It doesn't even matter.
All right, fine. We can take care of it.
Yeah. I love baby seals, especially when I shit them.
Right. Page 6. You decide to take care of the creature. Safety first, you think, and put on a pair of old dish gloves your mother left a decade ago before she split. It's amazing they haven't disintegrated. You carefully approach the tub. The thing is definitely shaking. You turn the faucet on at gentle temperature and begin rinsing the blood and goo off, and then wrap him in an old beach towel. He probably needs to eat, I guess? Maybe? You think as you walk over to the tiny fridge. You peer inside to discover expired milk, orange crush, and a jar of relish.
And some wilty lettuce.
Yes. You turn to the cabinet, where you find a box of Cheerios and some Wheaties that are probably too old to be eating, but have been your main diet for a couple days. You consider going to the store for some baby food, but then you remember that you don't get paid for several days and spent the last of your money on weed. Maybe the Cheerios then, you think, but maybe I'll make them soft with some water. You make the Cheerios water mixture and put it in a tiny dish in front of the thing. It eats the Cheerios greedily and immediately falls asleep with its face in the dish.
Oh, God.
You wrap him up in an old t-shirt to sleep. You watch him sleeping and making tiny mouth sounds. At some point, he appears to be dreaming. He jerks his little flippers around and everything, and you catch yourself genuinely smiling for the first time in a while. Shit, I can't very well keep this thing around here, can I? You consider that no one really comes over, and maybe you could just watch it for a month or two, for science reasons. The months go by, but not just 2, 3 months, 4, 5, and suddenly, little Cheerio isn't so little anymore. He's the size of an adult seal, and you don't think you can keep him in the trailer anymore, even though you're not sure where to put him. You agonize over your options, and seem to have only 2. 1, release him into the wild, turn to page 10, or 2, keep him as an outdoor pet, turn to page 11.
We have to release them.
Why?
If you love them, you have to let them go.
But he's not a regular seal.
He's a shit seal, I get it.
I don't want them to make fun of him or have him get hurt or anything. He only eats Cheerios.
You can still bring him Cheerios. He needs a place where he can romp and play.
He can play outside.
In the water.
We don't even know if he likes water.
It's a seal.
No, it's not. It looks like a seal.
I think we need to let him go.
Fine. Wait!
What?
Yeah, we'll let him go.
Okay, page 10. Just doesn't seem right for you to keep him. You have to at least see if he wants to go to the sea. You wait until nightfall. Cheerio, you say. He looks at you expecting a treat. No treat, Cheerio. Listen, you're too big to stay here, and you know... I still don't know what you are, but you do have flippers and, sea gadgets or whatever. Maybe you should try to go live by yourself. Most adults do that. You might like it. He responds by looking at your hands for the elusive treat. No treat, you yell. You're sure by now your neighbors think you're legit crazy. But there's a nice don't ask, don't tell thing going on here at the park. Except for nosy Mrs. Jones, who asks every few weeks if you have a boyfriend. Come on, you say. And Cheerio follows you. You've gone on a few night walks with him along the beach, where you thought he might be getting too fat, even for a possible sea creature. Finally, you reach the beach. You look down at him and point towards the ocean. You gotta go, dude. Like maybe your people are out there. Go on. He starts scooting for the shore, but looks back. You've got to make your move now or never. To point adamantly and stand your ground, turn to page 12. To beckon him back to stay, turn to page 11.
Oh, God.
We got a point.
I can't. This is my nightmare.
This is your
We're
October
white-fanging
story.
him.
I don't know that I've ever read that one.
I know the premise.
Oh.
I read it. Pretty good.
I guess we'll have to point. I really don't want to, though.
Okay.
Okay. You point at the sea with more intensity. You gotta scram, you almost yell. Tough love, you think, to keep from crying. He looks back at the sea and scoots out until he reaches the surf. He keeps going and going until you can't see him anymore. Quite the natural swimmer, you think. After that night, not a day went by that you didn't wonder how he fared out there. You're almost sure you saw him 50 years later, but you can't be 100% sure. You saw something out there in the waves, something much, much larger than a seal. It seemed to wave at you, but then again, who's to say? The end.
Who's to say?
You big boy.
Mm-hmm.
So now we can do it where he can live at my house, right?
No, I think that was it, right?
Or we can have somebody else come look at it when it's just born.
Yeah. I kind of want to just see what happens if we took him out there and then we're like, nah, just come back.
Okay. I feel like that would probably logically go to the same place. Would it go
does.
to the same place? Okay.
You are right. Okay. You decide to keep him outside the trailer. You build a sandbox with a fake cave out there for him, and the residents are at first alarmed at the sudden appearance of a pet seal in the park. But the excitement dies down quickly, just like it did when old Joseph remarried 1 month after his wife died. Soon enough...
Dang, dude.
Soon enough, you have to extend his sandbox and keep extending it until Cheerio is 5 times the size of a regular seal.
Oh, wow.
He finally
Big
seems
boy.
to have stopped growing. And luckily, the residents have come to like him, and he them. In fact, word spreads about his size, and people start paying you to pet him, which you're just fine with, because it means you can quit your job at the gas station. You still see Trent, though. At first, he came over just to bathe Cheerio and try to teach him seal skills like hunting. Gave up once he noticed how lazy Cheerio was. Then he just came over to hang out with you. A lot. News people came and went, and PETA people raised the fuss briefly before it was clear that Cheerio had no desire to do more than play in the shallows of the beach, and pouted when they tried to release him. You lived that way for decades, and you never found out where he actually came from, or what he really was. But at the end of the day, it didn't really matter. The end.
Yay!
Nice.
He's happy! Man, such a departure from your last tale. Okay, and I want to see what happens when somebody comes over.
That would be... You're too scared, run out to get help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I hope they don't bash him to death. Oh my god, when you, shut him out meth style, you just flushed him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Plunged him to death.
Yeah. I'm so glad we didn't do that meth, huh?
Oh, are we saying we didn't?
You're the one who wanted to do the meth.
You agreed.
You guys have 2 options. You could... Let's see. You could have just gotten rid of them, too, instead of take care of them.
Oh, never. Absolutely not.
Well, do you want to do that one first, then?
Sure. This is not my real choice, but I have to know what Megan wrote.
Okay.
Was this right after we shit him?
Yeah, you could get rid of it, or you could get out of the tub, right?
You could get rid of him, or you could take care of him.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
that's right.
Gotcha.
Okay. You've got to get this thing out of your life. You don't have enough time, energy, help, or any way to know how to deal with this. The way you see it, there are 2 options. You can go the shitty route and put it in the trash like your mom did, or so the rumors say. You're too young when that happened to be able to confirm or deny. You just know that she left town after that. You don't want to be like her, but then again, this thing isn't exactly human, and probably isn't a real seal either. Or maybe it is, you correct yourself. Maybe I've just been watching too many X-Files. The other route would be to get someone else to take care of it. You've seen seals a couple miles up the beach before. Maybe you could try to dump it on them. It might fare better there than the dumpster. You have to be at the store at dawn, though. What should you do? Put it in a dumpster. Turn to page 8. Find a seal herd. Turn to page 9.
I will never put it in the
Dumpster
dumpster.
seal.
No.
Dumpster seal.
We're going to take it to the seals.
Dumpster seal.
I am not doing that.
You got rock,
Dumpster
paper,
seal.
scissors.
Leave it up to chance.
To show how much of a bad person you are?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. Megan?
Oh. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Scissors! What?
I said scissors.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Paper!
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Paper!
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Rock! Yes!
All right.
Okay.
You yelled so loud.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, everybody.
Okay. You can't leave the thing in the trash. You're not a monster. Though you might be a monster, you say to it. Some kind of baby monster deal inhabiting my body or something. So I've got to get rid of you. But maybe a seal will know how to properly raise a demon or whatever. You say to it. You begin the cold, dark journey along the coast after midnight. It's always eerie by the beach at night with no one with you. You and your dad used to try and catch crabs together. That wasn't so scary. But being alone with just a baby monster and the giant sea teeming with alien creatures sort of is. You pull your hoodie tightly around you and hold the thing to your chest. In what seems like 1,000 hours, you see the rocks where you've seen seals before. You inch up to the rocks and crouch to see seals. A bunch of sleeping seals. Babies, too. Now, how to get the thing over to them? You hadn't considered this part. I know I gotta get you to a girl seal. I think a dude seal might eat you or something. Holding your breath, you unwrap the thing and creep softly. You're still 10 feet away, but are fiercely outnumbered, and you put it down on the ground. Looks up at you, its eyes shining with curiosity in the moonlight. You point towards the seals and nudge it. It seems to get the hint. It starts awkwardly hobbling in that direction. You creep away before it reaches them. You don't want to know what happens. Can't stand the thought of it getting smashed. You've done your part. Now it's up to nature to decide its fate. The end.
I hate it.
So let's see. Now I guess either you can get help, or put them in the trash. I think those are your only.
Trash. Seal. Trash.
Why are you the worst
The
person?
trash so badly.
He loves putting stuff in the trash.
Yup.
You
Especially seals.
You want to put him in the trash?
I don't know, but we will because Paul's a monster.
Okay. This is some dark shit, you say to yourself after washing the blood off your legs and pulling on your black hoodie you wore in high school when you were hitting the angst real hard. You look over at the thing weakly scooting around in the tub, still covered in blood. Might as well rinse it off first, you think, and do so gently before wrapping it up in a beach towel. You almost drop it when it squeaks from within the towel, but quickly regain your composure and head out into the night. There's an old fish market not too far from the park, and you head that way. Maybe you can eat some fish in the dumpster or something, you think, to try to calm yourself with a sense of dread creeping steadily up your throat. The fish dumpster in sight, you walk up to it and unwrap the thing. It squeaks again and seems to look at you. You can't help it and start crying. Damn it. Crying at 1 a.m. by a fish dumpster when I should be watching X-Files by myself in my trailer. You whisper harshly. I can't do it. You hold the thing to your chest and decide to look for that seal herd after all. Go to page 9. Ready, Ben?
You see?
Sorry, Paul.
That's all right. Next time.
All right. Last choice
Okay.
so far.
Okay. You don't know what you're doing at all. You've got to go get help. You rack your brain. Definitely no cops. The only useful thing your mother ever instilled in you was, nothing good ever comes from involving the pigs. Your friends haven't spoken to you in a while, except Trent. He's working the night shift right now, but this is an emergency. You walk quickly as you can, back to the store.
Just imagining that conversation, like, Trent, I shot a seal. Go help.
I think if I were in that situation, I would just lie and say that a seal crawled through my window.
It's covered in blood and
It's so
poop.
small, though. It's weirdly small.
It's a baby.
Well, it could be a preemie.
Yeah, but I don't think a preemie can crawl like anywhere.
It could be like a kangaroo baby.
Yeah.
It's just like
What are they, jelly bean size?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
Walk to the store, but it's slow going because your crotch is still sore from whatever happened earlier. Soon enough, it's in view. The fluorescent lighting never looks so beautiful. You sigh. Trent will know what to do. You burst into the station and begin to say, Trent, I need... But then you notice 2 cops emerging from the bathroom. Trent looks over at you with a shocked expression. He whispers, Girl, what happened? You're covered in blood and shit? Oh no, you'd forgot to clean yourself off after the incident. Oh, why? Why are the cops here? You try to whisper, but it comes out in a weirdly high pitch. I called him. Someone left a baggie of gristle in the bathroom. You know I don't condone that shit. You remember that Trent's brother had died from meth abuse years ago, and he'd been preaching against it ever since. It's a damn epidemic. They're about to look over the tapes. You seen, anyone sketchy come in here? He says, suddenly looking at you over suspiciously. Some guy, I think, you stammer unconvincingly. Not me, though. I'm not into that. Look, I just came up here because of a weird problem, like, this creature's in my bathtub and I'm freaking out and I don't know what it is. The cops are walking towards you slowly. Now, just calm down, man. Maybe we should take you down to the station and ask you a few questions. Your instinct is to run, so you whip around and bolt for the door, but you're too slow. The cops pick you up by the arms and start carrying you to the car. You just know the shit's gonna get pinned on you. You look back at Trent, frowning sadly and shaking his head. You hope you don't get too long a sentence. The end.
No.
The worst one.
Dang.
For the
I
last.
want to end on the worst one. Paul makes it so it's the first thing we do.
That's what we get.
You remember how he lives happily at our house? That's the real ending.
Oh, I thought the real ending was where he got to be with his own people,
You're wrong.
and we might have seen him 50 years later.
No,
You don't
he
know.
lives with me.
Might have been a loner. Who knows what happens out there?
That's
Yeah, we're
true.
very happy with him in the backyard.
Probably destroying the ecosystem out there.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Shut up. Well, that was a great story, man.
Yeah, I loved it.
Hooray.
It made me feel so many things.
Just a roller coaster
Yeah.
of emotion.
Yes.
The highest I've ever been, to the lowest I've ever been.
Yep, well, that's it.
Well, thank you, Megan, and thank you, Wilty Lettuce.
Yes,
for
thank you.
sponsoring.
Oh,
I can't
yes.
forget Wilty Lettuce.
I won't forget. There's no way.
You better not.
All right. So if you have any comments for us, you can send us an email at strangepathspodcast@gmail.com.
Or you can tweet it at us at StrangePathsPod. StrangePathsPod? Is that what it is?
It's Strange Paths Pod on Twitter.
Or you can send me your demented titles for this story or whatever other weird, unrelated stuff you have to talk to me about at bozosglowglobes@gmail.com.
Yeah. Oh,
Maybe-
and sponsors,
Should I ever spell Bozos Glow Globes?
No
I
way.
think that would ruin the mystique.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
okay.
a mystery.
Figure it out.
They're at home, like, clutching their head. Like, how is it spelled?
It's like a beautiful mind. Like we've
Yeah.
got, like all these letters and pins and red yarn. What could it be?
It's a mystery of our time.
All right. Well, I guess we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye!
Bye.
See ya.
Bye, Wilty Lettuce.